Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys, and we bullshit about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
This week, we saw a lot of really good trailers. Animated, CGI, live action, everything in between. A lot of geeky stuff, though, hit the net. Some of the things that we're actually looking forward to is on the animated side, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Earlier in this week, we saw a lot of stuff coming out of Warner Brothers Animations for their DC properties, which, as you know, or as we feel as fans, as geek fans, is that a lot of the better DC Comics adaptations are handled in their animated form. Warner Brothers Animation has a long history of doing well as far as the DC IPs ever since Batman the Animated Series. They started with that. They built their legacy on that, and they have been going pretty strong with that, except for maybe one or two faux pas here and there. Some of that not completely in their control, but whenever they go out of their way and they announce that there's going to be a brand new Warner Brothers animated movie for any of the DC comics, a lot of people go ahead and they take notice, especially with the last few that they've been coming up, because a lot of the ones that they've decided to, ever since Killing Joke, they've decided to go ahead and put a more mature bend to a lot of them. And this particular one that was released out, the trailer for Justice League Dark, which was released out on November 16th, last Wednesday, is actually going to be coming out, and it's going to be rated R. And it's going to be the brand new Warner Brothers animated movie that's going to be coming out, I believe, on February 7th, 2017. Now, we all sat down. We saw the trailer. What are your thoughts, guys? The floor is open.
You know, the fact that it's rated R makes it interesting, to say the least. Of course, they didn't show why it was rated R in the trailer or whatever. It may have blood. It may be filled with, language or whatever. But I'm just looking forward to it just because of what you mentioned earlier, Reverend. When it comes to animation, Warner Brothers, combined with DC, has been good ever since Batman Animated Series, with a couple of exceptions. Yeah. So, having that been said, I'm looking forward to it. Wow, Justice League Dark. So they're just going to be. I'm thoroughly interested because of the characters that are going to be involved, like Deadman.
Yep.
For example, there hasn't been enough Deadman ever, as far as animation or whatever. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing that character again. So, man, just bring it out, and I just hope that it's good.
What about you, Gray Mouse? What are your thoughts, sir?
I echo pretty much what you guys both have said. Seems like it has a more darker, of course, tone to the animated movie. So I guess it's another demonic invasion again, but that's okay. It looks like a lot of like you said, a lot of the Justice League will be there. Some characters that we don't see very often there. Was it just me, or did it look like maybe Wonder Woman was possessed by one of those demons? Was it kind of showed?
I'm not sure in this particular trailer they showed. I know that happened in the Justice League versus Teen Titans movie, which happened just a little earlier this year. But it didn't look that way in this particular trailer. At least I can't remember it. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, like you said, I'm really looking forward to a more darker tone to the comic book movies, or the animation, rather. I think the Killing Joke kind of set the precedence for it. Okay, looks like people will enjoy R-rated cartoons, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, wait, this actually works. Who'd have thought, right?
Well, again, they're really tapping into something that a lot of comic book geeks have been kind of attached to for when it comes to the Killing Joke for like 30 years now.
Yeah.
When it comes to comic books in general, there's over 70 years of lore that they can go ahead and tap to, and not all of the stories and the characters exist in a world of giant typewriters and maniacal smiling clowns and stuff like that. Yeah, because the thing is that Justice League Dark, a lot of these characters are the basically the characters that are attached to like the paranormal or supernatural side of the DC universe.
Yeah.
A lot of those characters have floated in and out of the Vertigo side of DC Comics and the mainstream side of DC Comics. Characters like John Constantine or the Swamp Thing, they spend just as much time on the Vertigo side of DC Comics than they do on the mainstream side. What's funny about this is that before they actually did this animated project, there was a lot of rumblings and murmurs of them pushing to go ahead and do Justice League Dark as a live action movie, and Guillermo del Toro was actually supposed to be the guy who was heading up that whole project. But that fell apart like I think a few years ago, like 2 years ago. But that's not going to say that I'm not looking forward to this. In fact, this actually looks to be like the latest in a long continuity that they've done with the newest Justice League movies. Ever since Justice League War, continuing on with Son of Batman, all the way through, like I said, Justice League versus the Teen Titans. The last 8 movies or so that they've put out have been following along one continuous, story arc or one long continuity. And it works really, really well. Because I've got to take a stab at it, and it's a really, really easy jab, and I'm not going to miss. Why the fuck DC movies or Warner Brother movies can't emulate this and do the same with their live action versions, I don't fucking know. But, that, like I said, that's really beating a dead horse at this time.
I was hoping that we weren't going to get to that.
We don't have to, because there's a lot more animated goodness that's coming up.
The fact that they don't care.
Well, I think they care. The problem is that, and this is actually something that Paul Dini has heard directly from the guys at Warner Brothers Studios, who actually handles the movies. They look at the guys in the animation department and comic books as a resource. You guys aren't capable of doing movies. You're just comic book guys. You're just animation guys. When the truth of the matter is, when it comes to good writing or a good story is a good fucking story.
Right. No matter where it comes from, whether it's from book, TV, movie, whatever. Shit. But the thing about it is, how the fuck would you even make that assumption or judgment if you haven't even taken a look at the fucking product that's getting ratings, that's actually selling, that's actually fucking doing well? That doesn't make any sense to me. There's a reason why that your audience is partaking in the animated shit much more than they are the live action.
That's something that's obviously a lesson they haven't learned yet. So you're gonna go ahead and throw something in there for a second.
Yeah, I wanted to go back talking about the trailer real quick. The fact that the Justice League is seeking out Constantine is, there's some problems.
Yeah.
That's got to tell you a lot about the plot right there. I mean, a big ass tornado, and look, I think it's going to be good. I mean, simply because it's showing you a little bit pieces of the plot. So it's going to be very interesting on how the Justice League reacts to this demon invasion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's going to be pretty interesting, and I think the fact that they're willing to go and take a grim bend to this, like many of the titles that this is based off of, really shows that they're willing to go ahead and expand their horizons.